Hello, my name is Maya, and this is Shining Bull Vedic Astrology. This is a very quick video about using Vedic astrology with relation to trading or investing. So, I am a crypto enthusiast, and I know that people in our space are maybe not yet, they don't know so much about Vedic astrology, but definitely there are crypto traders and investors and developers and so on, creators who are starting to use astrology in relation with trading and investing. And I need to alert you to one thing, which is that, see, imagine uh, you're using astrology and you see some patterns and you think, okay, I know when is a good time to buy, for example, for a specific currency. This also goes, of course, for the regular stock market, but my space is the crypto space, so I'm especially speaking to you. um, and you've seen, I know, I can tell when the price will be the lowest, so I can tell when I should buy and I can tell when I should sell. So that's wonderful, but what you have to understand is the lowest price point, it may not be the best point for you yourself to buy the highest, especially that, okay? Why? Because uh, in your chart there are a lot of grahas or planets, um, who are deciding what factors in your own life you need to be taking care of, dealing with in a specific way at a specific time. And depending on these planets in your in your Vedic chart, um, and whether what they are able and willing to give you, or uh, what their inclination may be to deprive you of. Okay, depending on your chart. Uh, uh, these planets are obviously at play now when you're thinking of buying or selling, okay? And they're at play in the future, because actually time is not what you think, okay? And time is not linear. And in any case, you don't understand that, that's fine. But what you need to understand is that, if imagine I have Shani, Saturn, right now, imagine in my second house, okay? And Shani is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde. And just imagine, in my horoscope, okay, or in the horoscope of somebody, that Saturn is a very powerful planet and can give a lot of good, can give a lot of benefits to that person, financial benefits, imagine. Now, uh, even though the price of Bitcoin, for example, or any crypto that you're trading is at the lowest point, imagine, okay? Uh, Obviously, none of us are, most is not at the lowest point anymore because we're already on our way. But just think it's at a low point, okay? And it's a good point collectively, a good buy point. And imagine I buy. Now, if I am not appeasing my Saturn in my chart, if my Saturn um, is now in my second house retrograde, and and due to other factors which can only be seen when you look at your entire chart, and not you but a Vedic astrologer who can show you uh, which planets you have to be paying attention to, what these planets are intending for you, and how you can appease them, how you should appease them, okay? And then I may have bought at the lowest price, right? But that not may not be what I should be doing at this moment. Maybe at this moment I need to be going over my accounts. Maybe at this moment I need to be making sure that I have a good structure in my life in place for future gains. Okay, and I buy, and I think I've bought at the lowest point because maybe I'm a trader and I'm using the moon, or I'm using Mercury, I'm using Venus, so on and so forth, because I can see what some people are thinking that they're doing. But then imagine now that's not the best time for me, and so I've bought at this point, okay, and now the future comes, and some life event happens, and my planets are in place at a certain time due to my current Mahadasha and Antardasha and so on, which are Vedic time periods that we can use to see which planets will be most in effect for you at a specific time period. So we can narrow that down and see which planets to be looking at, especially. So then in the future, this kicks in, and I'm faced with a scenario, and I'm in a mental state where I uh, I need to sell. For example, I'm just speaking in a way that, in a linear way, you'll understand maybe what I'm saying. So I sell because now I have a situation in my life where I need to sell. Why? Because I have not been doing things generally on a macro level in my own life. I've done things correctly on the micro trading, micro investing level. So I think I've been very clever. I know the ups and downs of the market, of my stock, or of my crypto. On a micro level, I'm very clever. On a macro level, in my own organism, I have not been properly taking care of what I have to take care of. So, um, then I will not get the best results of the planets in my life. I will be, imagine, faced with a situation where I suddenly have a huge bill I need to pay and I need to sell. And then at that point, it's not my decision anymore. I'm being forced to sell or make a big financial decision when it's not the best moment on a micro level, you see. So you cannot just use astrology for your micro level investing purposes without understanding your macro level situations at play. And that is why, um, because I know that there's an openness in this space, there's an openness towards understanding how different traditions can enrich us. That's why I am really trying to um, merge, in my own case, my own communities. And one very important community is the crypto community. So what I'm telling you is that what's best, and like I'm not saying this like this is not an advertisement, okay? What I'm telling you is that what's best is that if you're interested in astrology and you want to use and you're using and getting into using astrology for timing the market, then you need to understand yourself through this astrological system. Okay, maybe you're into tropical astrology, whatever, uh, and maybe you're starting to learn some things about Vedic astrology and its accuracy, um, and its scientific nature. And in any case, if that's the case, you need to understand yourself. Start to understand yourself first and how the planets are at play in your chart, in your current Mahadasha, Antardasha sequence. So uh, that's why I personally, this is not an advertisement, I'm just expressing myself. Um, because like I woke up realizing that I needed to communicate this basically in the morning. So um, that's why me personally, I offer Vedic astrological consultation for crypto because I want my community to benefit from my scientific tradition. Okay, so and when I say benefit, I don't mean benefit like, oh, now, benefit like, oh, I can time the market. That is not what benefit is, because that's not going to help you in the end. Okay. And I'm not talking about to you on a spiritual level. I'm talking to you on a practical level. That's not going to help you. Okay. So that's because of what I just explained. Okay. So if you are interested, then know that you can look at my links below, check out my website, see if you're interested in pursuing an understanding of yourself via Vedic astrology, and that will help you understand truly when you should buy and when you should sell, and um, that will help you. And um, in a way that is going to help your life as a whole. So, because, like, basically, you probably know Moon is the mind and Mercury is intellect, and you know, you have, some association. So, just like understand. So, if you know this, then understand how many forces are at play. How many forces, if Moon is mind and you've already seen the results in your timing, if Mercury is intellect and you've already seen the results in your timing, in your trading, then understand that those are only two, and realize that we have we have many more forces and combinations of forces that are um, seizing us, not in a bad way, seizing not in a bad connotation, seizing as in uh, like just how, the moon influences the tides, the moon is influencing the water level. So the moon is not the only planet, Mercury is not the only planet, um, and And this is not a linear situation. You think it's linear, it's not linear. So if you are using a non-linear truth um, to time your linear trading, that is just simply not the way to do it. And it's not going to be the most beneficial way for you. So that's all. And I hope that maybe, hopefully, I have assisted in some way. Okay, so if you're interested, you look below for more of my details. There are many astrologers in the world, many Vedic astrologers in India. Now, with the internet, it's very easy to find them. So I'm not obviously the only Vedic astrologer. Okay, my particular focus currently is offering my services within the crypto space, but that doesn't mean that you have to consult with me. There's many people you can consult with. You have to make sure that that person, that you feel a connection with that person, with that astrologer, and then consider first understanding yourself uh, with this system before you try to start to time your investments with the system, because you cannot separate those two things. Okay, so that's all I have to say, and I hope you have a very nice day. Okay, bye, ciao.